right, so boom. Killer Mike last year came out with an album and recently swept at the Grammys. He ended up walking away with 3 awards for this album, including Hip Hop Album of the Year. And I am just ecstatic. The album is called Michael, and I know that a lot of our younger audience really wanted that to go to Travis Scott, and I sympathize with the younger generation. You know what I mean? You don't know about this dude Killer Mike, but you definitely was listening to Travis Scott's album. But for me, I was ecstatic to see this. You got Killer Mike, who comes through and sweeps, and 2 of them were associated with my favorite song of 2023, possibly. And one of my favorite verses, like ever, by Andre 3000 on that. I've never had such a moment of an affirmation of my beliefs in my life. It was crazy. I didn't expect to see that at all. So me and a lot of other people are very happy to see Killer Mike get a win like this. This album is a work of art. There's so much, and it's stacked. It is stacked with features, y'all. Now, that can be distracting at times when you stack an album with features like that. But if you're able to do it right, they're not just there for namesake. They add a quality to the album as a whole. And then when you put all that together and you mesh these styles of he's got old heads and new and younger cats on there too. When you mesh those styles so well that he did, it really turns out to be a masterpiece. I feel like he took his time to craft this. He's got this song called Something for Junkies. This song was so unexpected. It was not something that I don't think most artists would take time on a song like this. And you know, it might be due to the fact that I've recently lost someone that has a lot to do with this as well. You know, I'm not gonna get into details, but that song for me came at such an impactful time. It left tears in my eyes. It's a song not glorifying the drugs or, you know, the addicted, those that we call junkies, right? No, drug addicted, essentially. It's not glorifying any of that. What it is saying is that they're not forgotten. They're still thought of. You're still loved. It's talking about those that can be forgotten, those that can be treated like they're less than. You know what I mean? And that is such a beautiful statement, and it rings so true to me, and it's such a close to the heart album. And for him to take the time to put a joint together like that speaks volumes. This one song, and if you count substance wise, this one song in terms of substance has enough substance for many artists today's, like, half of their album don't equal this one song substance. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like, that's I value substance in music, and I know Martin really agrees with me on this as well as Kano. But I know Martin speaks about this all the time, and I completely agree. I value substance. When you give me substance, as well as delivered in a polished way, with thought and care, and is also entertaining. The entertainment value doesn't drop. It's not boring, you know. It becomes, the worth of your project becomes so much. It's exponentially greater, and I think that's the thing. Like, if I can say that, where some of the other artists on that list, and it's no shots or shade or nothing like that, just is what it is. And if that's not your bag, that's not your bag. There's no issue. But for me, when I could look at one song and measure it to like majority of your album, and your majority of your album doesn't equal the substance of this one song, that's crazy to me. You know, I think not the whole album, But I think that music is meant to touch a part of the heart. You know what I mean? And if you don't even try to do that on a certain project that you're putting out into the world, get your money. I'm not saying that. But if you can't even have one joint like that, it gets boring to me. It because you're only showing one facet of reality, and I'm a multifaceted individual, and I need to see all of that represented on music that I love. That's how I am. But let me know in the comments what you think about this. Yeah. So love this album. For me, as far as dopamine levels go, this joint is like a level 5 on the dopamine levels, maybe a 4.5. There were certain songs where I could have done without, but again, I was listening to the deluxe. So appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, peace.